Hi there, Sam Sorbo here for the Accidental Homeschooler. Today we're going to talk about teaching to multiple grade levels. So the assumption is you have more than just one child. If you only have one child and you'd like to go and borrow a child from a neighbor, maybe you can do that, I don't know. But say you have more than one child. So I started when I first started homeschooling, and trust me, I was so anxious about it. I was so nervous. I really didn't think that I was capable. I just knew that I couldn't fail as badly as the schools failed. That's basically it. So my kids were going into third, first, and nothing grade, right? I had a toddler as well. And it's really just a matter of getting a little bit organized. And in fact, you don't even have to be that organized. You just have to get organized in your head. This is how we're going to do this. And then you have, so I started with, I had Shirley Grammar for both of my boys, and I just started with that. Typically, that's how we would start the day. We would, I should back up. We would do Bible first thing. We'd have a little devotion period. I could talk to the kids about what was happening in their lives or whatever, and we'd pray for people. That's always just a good thing to engage your children in doing. And then you get started on your school day. So we actually always started with Latin. Now, did my toddler sit at the table for that? Actually, she did. But say you have a boy, and boys are rambunctious and they need to run around. Get something for your toddler to do. Just find some little puzzle thing and say, hey, this is your time to sit over here on the carpet, do the puzzle. Well, we're going to start with a little bit of Latin. We just memorized. We went over very basic Latin because they're very young kids. You just go over a little bit of the basics. We would learn prayers by memory, that kind of thing. Or you memorize a poem together. So both of the older kids can participate. If you don't have toddlers, and even toddlers can participate in a little bit of memorization. Memorization is really good for kids. Am I going too fast? I feel like I'm just talking, but I'm so excited. Okay, as the kids get a little bit older, say that they are all met at the kitchen table. You just do it this way. You say, you open your book, take a look, the oldest one. You open your book, you take a look at what we're going to talk about today. Where are we? Oh, we're on chapter 17. Okay, open to chapter 17, take a look at what we're doing in math or in grammar or in whatever, right? The next one down, you say, where are we? Okay, you take a look at that. And the last one, you say, where are we? Okay, we're on chapter 17. Let's open it up. Let's do a little bit. There's also the opportunity to engage your older children with the teaching of the younger child. But my point is this. The school day, the normal school day, is like 7:30, 8 o'clock, whatever, until 3 or whatever, right? But that's because they need the kids to line up. Then it takes time for them to sit in their seats. Then it takes time for everybody to get their books out. It takes time the teacher doing the teacher things, going through roll call, doing X, Y, Z, and everything in between, A to Z, right? That's not what you're doing at home. You're doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then what happens is you say, okay, you read chapter 17. So what are we doing? Okay, we're learning about adverbs. Okay, and what's the rule for adverbs? An adverb modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Very good. Okay, and so can you parse that? Oh, I see you did that one already. Excellent. So you said that is an adverb. Is that an adverb? Does it answer the questions of let's see, what kind, where, how many? No, I'm getting it confused. Anyway, and you go over it with the child, and that takes minutes. And then you go to the next child, you go over their work with them, or you work on it with them, and it takes minutes. And then you say, okay, I want you to do these 3. Off you go, do those 3 things, right? And then the next one. And so, yes, if you have 3 kids or 4 kids or 8 kids, obviously 8 kids takes a lot more time than 4 kids. But actually, as you have 8 kids, the older ones start to be able to help with the younger ones. And the paradigm is such that the older kids are learning, because the final stage of learning is teaching. And so you can set up your older kids for great success by saying, hey, can you work with little Jimmy on this stuff while I work with your sister to get this other stuff done? and it becomes a group effort, and it brings the family closer together. All you really need is to exercise a little bit of patience and not hold the bar so high that you can't possibly meet it. It's really not that high. You need to understand that. You can do this. If you love your children, you can do this. And some days it's too much. I get it. Some days it's overwhelming. It's like, oh, you know what, kids? Today we're going to stay in our jammies and we're going to watch a documentary. In fact, there's a very good documentary that's playing on Amazon Prime right now called Before the Wrath. I think it's on Amazon Prime. It's available on Amazon. It's called Before the Wrath. It's my husband's documentary. It's really cool. It talks about the book of Revelation, and it really delves into the culture that was prevalent during Jesus's time. In fact, the culture that Jesus sort of emerged from. And so how the things that he spoke of and the things that he the things that he did related specifically to those people there so that they would really understand what he was trying to tell them. It's pretty cool, called Before the Wrath. All right, if you want my books, they're available at my website. They're Your Kids and Teach from Love, both available at samsorbo.com. Also, our new book, my husband's and my new book, is called True Faith, Embracing Adversity to Live in God's Light. We certainly are embracing adversity right now, aren't we? And this book, we're recording the audiobook for it. And it's funny how it's just sort of coming back, and I'm going, wow, this is really pertinent today. So lots of stuff in there. It happens to have a bunch of stuff on home education because that figures so prominently in our lives. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in for the live YouTube broadcast every day this week at 9 a.m. And then I did a broadcast over on Facebook. You can go check that out at the official Sam Sorbo Facebook page. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your day.